Hi, Rob Smith here at robprinting.com. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a business card, uh, good artwork from Adobe Illustrator to Adobe InDesign. I'm going to scroll down here, down on the lower left hand corner here underneath Need Help, there's something called Free Templates. Click on that, scroll up, and there's going to be something here that says Product Templates. There's tons of information here. You could read for a long time with all the information that's here. Template generator. We are going to do a business card. And that gives you the size, generate template, and it gives you different file formats. We are going to need an Adobe CS EPS. So that's a general EPS file that basically you can open it up in Illustrator. Here we go. Okay, so now you can see here it shows you where the trim size is here. You can see the red line here. That's where the trim is, where the paper is going to be cut. The yellow line is where your bleeds are going to go out. And your green line is your live area. So if you have a phone number or so, like for instance, let me put some artwork here. 123-456. So if that's my phone number here, and I have it like this, it's not advisable to go over that. And I'll show you in Adobe InDesign how we could just set it up. You could use the template or just set it up. Okay, so the client had sent some Adobe Illustrator artwork, and we need to make sure it's correct. I checked at it earlier, and there were some discrepancies here. And here is the artwork here. So I'm going to say File, Place, Desktop here, or excuse me, Rob Printing Jobs. Here we go, here, Front. Okay, here's the card. Oh, excuse me, I don't want to place it. I want to open this into Illustrator. So, File, Open. Since I know it was created in Illustrator, it will open. Okay, it's generated by a newer version. Okay, so it's probably in CS4. So you can see it here. Let's select all, or actually, select all. Which, if you don't know, it's been a long time since I actually selected up here. So it's Apple A if you're on a Macintosh, or Control A if you're on a PC. So I'm going to just Control A or Apple A, and then go copy. Oh, here it is. Select. And this is in CS3. And let's go over to that document, which is right there. And here's where client art is, and that's where we want to put it, right on client art. So we can see here. Now I'm not really sure how they set it up. I think the file size here is, it's a little different here, and I can look up here. You see my info up here. We're big down here in the page here. Here on the right hand side, I selected the outline border where they had it created. It's 3.5433, and the height is 2.0472. So technically, if we want to have a business card that is with bleeds, a full document, so it would be 3.5 inches, which is the total width, and add on an 1/8 inch for each side, so that equals to 1/4 inch. So it should be the total size 3.75, and the height here should be 2.25, 2.25. 1/8 inch on each top and bottom. So let's look at this here. Yeah, you can see here. Now, I don't feel comfortable actually processing this job because the printer, or excuse me, the designer set it up a little different here. So you can see how it's not lining up. And let's look here underneath the lines. Let's move this layer below it. So you can see where the trim is right here, the red, and this is barely going over. So what will happen here is, and actually let me do a little measure, and sometimes I do a quick measure with just drawing a simple box and copying it over just to see how close we are. So, you know, just an eyeball look. So we know now that this is not the correct size. Everything might be fine on the interior, but what we're going to run into problems here is the right hand side and the bottom. You can see here where the red line is, and here where that's right on the line. And when it trims on this red line, when it's finished printing, that can move. Okay, so let me get rid of that. Let's look at the back side and see how it is. Okay, well, we're just looking at specs. Okay, copy that. Let's go to the business card and let's go to client, paste. Okay, now since this looks like that it should be a bleed all the way, this cyan color up here, the blue, and you can see I don't really know. I think this is where the text is supposed to be. It looks about where it's going to be, but since the guides are not correct here, I have no idea if that's what they're looking for. Now, I would, you know, I don't want to assume anything, but I'm going to say that this does not bleed correctly or set up correctly. Not that it's not designed correctly, it just needs to have more bleed here up to this blue area. So this should be like out here. You can see that. And so you can see it right here. So it should be up that area. Okay. So what's going to happen is when you print this, that goes all the way out to the edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to email the designer or call them and tell them that they need to resubmit their artwork correctly. And what I'm going to do is I will send them this template where they could set it up. Now you can see here, here's what I want to show you. You can see the black line, that's where the document is. Let's put my info up here. But up here, let's look at the document size, file, document setup. See the size here, 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, so that's how we want to set up our files. And once we set up those files, we will take them into Adobe InDesign for front and back and control that. I will show you that here in a bit. Thank you very much. This is Rob Smith, and this is make sure a quick presentation to show you how to set up a business card in InDesign and what not to do as well, because we're not liable for your artwork. So we're not liable for your artwork sent improperly, and it can cost you or your client a few dollars, and you don't want to do that. Again, this is Rob Smith at robprinting.com. Thank you very much.